everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys today? I am so happy to see you. I'm so happy that you're here to watch me craft. I love teaching you guys and thank you so much for watching. Today we are going to make this really cute card. We're using the Eden's Garden, which is an early release product starting on November 2nd. You can get it until until January 3rd. And there are 3 items that are while supplies last, so do not miss out on them. One of them is the Garden Gems. Another one is our cotton paper. It comes in this color and Evening Evergreen, and both colors are in the same pack. It's just behind there. And then you have this beautiful Eden's Garden DSP. It's called Ever Eden, and these are the different patterns that it comes in. It's a specialty designer series paper. It's foiled on one side and not foiled on the other. You get all these great patterns, 12 patterns, so it is a great deal. So check that out. And again, like I said, it's available first come, first serve. I will link below in the video so that you can see the blog post that I have on my website that talks about this early release product. I don't want you to miss out. If you do not have a demonstrator and you need a catalog, I'd be happy to send you one. Just let me know, send me an email. And then don't forget to check out my blog, inkyhandswarmhearts.com. It is my website where you can shop. You can get lots of inspiration. I do blog every single day, so there's lots of stuff there for you to check out. I appreciate that. So let's go ahead and get started making this card. We're going to be using these words here that say sending a Christmas cheer, and that is out of this Words of Cheer stamp set, which is available until, I believe, January 2nd. It is in the current mini catalog, and it's also a great stamp set. So we are going to be using those words. And then on the inside, it says Happy Christmas from my home to yours. We are going to be using that from the same set. And out of this Eden's Garden, we're going to use this stamp right here, which is a really beautiful one. And we're going to use this big floral. So let me grab those stamps. That's that one and this one. And we have our words. We're also going to use right here where we stamp these words are layering circles. And these are what I've used. One is going to be in the red, and it's that one. And then this is the white circle. They layer on top of each other, and we are going to be using those for our sentiment. And then there's a pack called Expressions in Ink Ephemera, and I've used quite a few of these, but we are going to be using, that's this gold piece right here. And it is so pretty. Also, the iridescent sparkles that are on here are in this pack as well. And it's quite a good deal for this pack. So don't forget to check that out. All right, let's go ahead and get started on our card. These are the dies that go with that Eden's Garden. They're so pretty. I love all these wreath and leafy pieces. Again, on my blog, you'll see lots of ideas with using all of these products. All right, I'm gonna just move the stamps to the side, and I'm gonna move this card to this corner so that I have room to start the new card. So this is a half sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. It's been cut down the middle, so it's 5.5 by 8.5 inches, and we're gonna score it in half by folding it over. So you can either score it at the 4.25 inch mark, or you can do what I'm doing, which is fold it over and give it a nice crease down the side here. We're going to turn it over, and it's actually going to go this direction. We also have this piece of basic white cardstock, and this one is 4 3/4 by 3.5, and it's going to go right here. I'm sorry, this is the wrong one I'm thinking. This one's going to go on the inside. It's going to be our liner. We don't need that one right yet. This was the one I thought I had grabbed. And this is 4 3/4 by 3.5, and it's going to be our outside layer. On top of it, we are going to add this really pretty piece of the designer series paper. So let's go ahead and grab our seal adhesive, which is our tape runner, and we are going to put adhesive on this back end. I want the end with the foil to show, so I'm just going to run a few lines of adhesive, and I'm going to back it onto this piece that's 4 3/4 by 3.5 of basic white cardstock. Now, this DSP, this designer series paper with the foiling on it, is 4 5/8 by 3 3/8. And the reason I'm using the 1/8 is I just wanted a very small border. So in order to get that, unfortunately, you do have to use 1/8. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this down onto the outside of my card. I don't know why this is like so sticky. I think it's sticking to something. There we go. Hopefully I have got it in place now. Let's see. Yep, looks much better. So let's go ahead and attach this down, and we want to leave a border about the same. I mean, you're just gonna eyeball it. Nobody here is a perfect person. So it's a handmade card after all, right? So those two pieces are gonna go next. Now we're going to have a piece of real red cardstock, which is the same as our base. And this piece is 2 7/8 by 4 1/8. And we are going to layer it with a 2 3/4 by 4 inch piece of white cardstock. Now on this piece, we are going to stamp just like we did here. This is a piece that gets stamped all the way around with this particular stamp right here. We're going to just do it over and over again in our soft succulent green. So let's go ahead and ink that up. I'm going to grab a scrap piece of cardstock. I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm going to move these out of the way temporarily. And I'm going to bring in this piece just in case we make a little bit of a mess. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in this corner, and I'm just going to lay down and work my way around. It's okay if it gets overlaid. But we're going to put this little branch all the way around our card just to form a backdrop for that pretty red flower. Okay, it doesn't look beautiful, doesn't look perfect. It's okay because no one's gonna see it but us. We're also gonna stamp on this piece for the inside. We're gonna do one right here and one on the opposite side, like that. Now we can go ahead and clean this. I'm going to use my Simply Chamois, which is a cloth-like surface. I have it in an ink case, in a stamp case, but you don't have to keep it there. When it comes, it just comes in a little plastic bag, and then you can put it in anything you want. You don't even have to put it in anything. You can actually take it out. It folds pretty nicely. You can clean your stamps like this. I just put it in here. It just makes it easy for me. It doesn't move around in that case, and I can just clean my stamps off. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Now we're going to stamp a piece of white cardstock, and we're going to stamp our words. So let's go ahead and grab our real red. And we're going to stamp "Sending You Christmas Cheer." We're going to stamp that as best we can right here in the center of this circle. If it's not perfect, it's okay. No one's going to know any different. No one's going to know how you intended it to be, so it's perfectly fine. Let's go ahead and clean that off. All right. And I need that for the other sentiment that's on the other side there. We are also going to attach this. We're going to use the red in a minute, but let's go ahead and attach this onto its circle. Just like that. I love that it's such a small little scallop that sticks out. I think it's so delicate. Isn't it pretty? Right around that piece. I'm just going to set it off to the side. Now we need to stamp our large flower. So let's see if it will fit on this piece. Yes, it will. So we're going to ink up in our red ink. And we're going to go ahead and stamp that down. And then we're also going to stamp it right here on the inside of our card, kind of off the edge. And I want the part with the berries to show. So I'm going to put it in that direction, just like this. And it's going to get overlaid in that corner. Now on the inside, we're also going to have a sentiment that says, Happy Christmas from our house to yours. And I'm going to use back the soft succulent. And we are going to clean that stamp in a second. Let's just go ahead and stamp our Happy Christmas from my home to yours right here. And hopefully I get it straight. There we go. Happy Christmas from my home to yours. So let's close that. That's all the stamping we're going to be doing. So let's go ahead and clean these stamps, get them out of our way, and I will start cutting around that really cool flower. This one right here that I am cleaning right now. All right. All right, that's all the stamp cleaning for tonight. Let's go ahead and cut around this one right here. Isn't it pretty? I think so. So I'm gonna grab my paper snips. They come with, because this is very sharp, they come with a cover. And we're gonna work our way around like so. And as you can see, I'm leaving a white edge around this. I do it for two reasons. Number one, I like the white edge. Number two, it draws your eye inward towards the red, and you can't tell if you went a little bit crooked. So never be afraid to fussy cut if you leave a white edge, because the person's eye is drawn towards the color, not the white edge. If you cut right along that edge, the eye would be drawn to anything that was crooked. And so this is kind of a trick for you guys to keep your recipient from looking at anything that was a little crooked. Of course, you know, it's handmade, so it's not going to be 100% perfect, but that's what makes it special, right? Somebody took the time to make something really cool. Now, as you can see, I'm right-handed because I have the scissor in my right hand, but I am guiding the paper with my left hand, and that is the key to fussy cutting. You use your left hand as the guide, and you basically don't move the scissor very much. I mean, you can't see me hardly moving this scissor, right? You see me mostly moving my left hand. When I get towards the end of the blade, I kind of shift the scissor so that I don't run out of blade. But as you can tell, I go until I'm almost completely out of the blade, and then I slide the blade forward like I just did right there. And we're gonna come in here and out this side, and done. All right, let's discard that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and attach this piece onto our piece of red. So this piece of red here, like I said before, is 2 7/8 by 4 1/8, and we're going to attach the basic white that we stamped on, which is 2 3/4 by 4 inches. I'm going to go ahead and attach it with my seal adhesive. And go ahead and put that down, and it also has a very small edge, which is why those 1/8 of an inch are used to get that really thin border all the way around. Now this piece can be attached into the center of this section. So let's go ahead and attach it. Trying to figure out why that is sticking. I'm going to figure that out after this video is recorded because it is bothering me. Ah, now I see. See, there's adhesive in there that's saying, come stick to me. Okay. Now we should be good. I had to figure that mystery out. It was bothering me. Okay. So let's go ahead and put this back on. All right, so this is going to get put right here in the center again, leaving the same amount of distance all the way around as best you can. I mean, like, nothing's perfect in life, but it's a nice handmade card. All right, so next is our flower. I like these berries to be to the top, and I'm gonna make that raised up. And in order to do that, I'm going to put some dimensionals. That's what these are called, these little foam pieces that I am attaching onto this flower. Now, I also want to put this really pretty gold foil that comes out of that ephemera pack. Let me grab that again to show you. Here it is. I've used quite a few of these pieces. You get lots of duplicates. So you can see I've used quite a few of them. There's one that's not used, but they are gorgeous. And that's where that popped out. It came from this one right here, this one. So we're going to use that. And we're also going to use these little sequins that are in this package. So I can slide this back in. And then all I have to do is just add those sequins back when I'm done. But it's that ephemera pack is what we're using, and that's where this comes in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a mini dimensional, which is like these, but just smaller. And I'm gonna grab one of them and I'm gonna stick it on this stem right here. That's really all I need. And I'm gonna use my Take Your Pick tool and I'm gonna pull the back off of it. Throw that away so it doesn't end up on my craft room floor. And then I'm gonna pick up my flower and I'm gonna place this gold piece approximately where I want it to stick out. You know, if I want it like this or if I want it like this, I'm just gonna place that and let that stick. And once it's in place, well, it's not gonna stick there. That's not a good spot for it because I don't want it to stick to another dimensional. I kind of want it to go in between them. There's good. So now it's stuck to this piece. Remember, we got that stuck right there. Now we're going to pull the backs off of these larger pieces, and that one kind of got stuck to my onto my piece of ephemera, which is fine. These are quite sticky, and I just want to make sure that it is on there good since I pushed it off with my hand. And then now we're going to go ahead and flip this over and attach it onto our piece right here. So how about, that looks pretty good to me. Love that. So that's our center. Now this Christmas cheer is also going to get some dimensionals. So I'm going to go ahead and use the small ones this time. And we'll put 4 of those around this circle. Again, I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool to pull the backs off. I love this because they don't end up all over the classroom floor. They do get staticky if they don't get stuck on here. So it's actually an awesome little tool for that. And then we're going to attach this kind of tucked in here and in this corner. And we're gonna go ahead and drop that right there. That looks good to me. All right. And now we're gonna put a bow. So I have this length of ribbon here. I don't know how long it is, maybe 12 inches or so. And I'm going to make a bow with 2 rabbit ears. I'm gonna cross them like an X. The one that's in the front, I'm going to push it through this hole right here, but from the back to the front. When I do that, I'm going to release this tail that's hanging here. I'm going to let go of it. See how it flips over? And then I'm kind of tying upside down, right? So now I'm going to flip it right side up, and I'm going to slowly pull the tails and make the loops small. Then I'm going to pull it tighter. I'm going to keep pulling the loops small and then pull it tighter until I get my bow to look exactly how I want it to. And once I do, I'm going to pull it nice and tight. As you can see, I didn't really need 12 inches of ribbon, but I wanted to have some to show you how to kind of get it how you want it. I'm happy with this bow. I think it turned out rather well. I am going to grab my mini glue dots, and again, I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool. I use this tool all the time. Now, these mini glue dots are kind of hard to see, but I'm going to ball one of them up. And the reason I'm doing that is I want it to fit behind this knot right here. So if I don't ball it up, it's going to be too big and it will stick out. But once I have balled it up and put it there, I'm going to tuck it right here along this part of my card. I'm going to press that knot down, and then I'm going to fluff my bow up just like that. I'm going to grab my ribbon paper snips, which are the ones that have this little angel charm on them. And I'm going to snip the ends of the ribbon as short as I want them. Just like that. And the last step is going to be to attach those pretty iridescent sequins that came out of the ephemera pack. So I'm going to go ahead and grab those, pull them out of their plastic. Let's use our putty end this time. Now this is our grabby part. Or you can use this. I'm going to show you both ways. So let's go ahead and start with this. I'm going to slide that underneath my sequence. I'm going to pick one up and let's put it in this open space right here so that we have a little iridescence. Now I'm going to use the putty end. We're going to go ahead and grab a piece and we're going to press it. It's going to stick to that putty. Let's put one right here on the label that has our words. And I'm going to use this last one with the pointy end. You can use any way you want. I'm going to put it in this open spot right here. Whoops, I moved it too much. There we go. Press that down so it doesn't wiggle on me. Push all of them down. And then we'll put them back in their little house. I just like keeping them in what they come in because then I know they're not going to get caught on anything. They're not going to stick to other things. Stampin' Up! Does a really good job of keeping our embellishments safe. I'm going to put them in the back here so that when I want to grab more of the gold, they're not in my way. I kind of leave them in the back section. I'm going to go ahead and cover up my Take Your Pick tool, put away my mini glue dots and my paper snips and my bone folder. And then the last thing we're going to use is our Stampin' Seal. Again, I'm going to flip this over and we're going to put some lines. I guess I still have adhesive stuck in there. I'm going to have to figure that out after I am done with this video. I do use it quite a bit, so it's very possible that I got adhesive on the case, and it cleans off quite easily with some rubbing alcohol on a rag. So that's probably what I will do to clean it. So there is the inside. Happy Christmas from my home to yours. It ties in the outside with the in. You have to make the inside just as pretty, right? And also the envelopes, you can stamp those to match. So there is our pretty Christmas card stamped with our Eden's Garden, even though it does not have Christmas themed sentiments or any Christmas on it. You can turn it into a Christmas project stamp set, so it does double its value, I think, if you could do Christmas too. So there is our words that come in it, these beautiful leaves and that one with the flower. I just absolutely love the dies. We haven't used those today, but they are gorgeous. You'll be able to see projects using these dies on my blog, inkyhandswarmhearts.com, so don't forget to check that out. I appreciate you watching me today. I'm kind of new to YouTube, so I appreciate you watching. Again, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Ask your friends to subscribe too, and when you subscribe, you're going to get notifications of when I post new videos. Check out my blog. I do blog every day. I'm going to put the link in the description below, and when you go there, you can access PDFs, measurements, and lots more fun projects. Hit that subscribe button. Hit me the thumbs up. I appreciate that, and thank you guys for watching. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!